Will your heart and soul say yes? Say yes. So as we wind up 2019 and we are preparing to go into another beginning of a new decade, 2020, it's time to really tap into who we are to be, what it is that we are to do, and then say yes. Tap into whatever is needing to be let go of and left behind in this decade, letting go and surrendering all of the things that no longer serve us, surrendering and letting go of the things that used to block us, letting go of all of those things that are not in alignment or in harmony with our highest and greatest good. We say yes to letting go of all of that. And then we also say yes to surrendering to our highest good. We say yes to surrendering to the guidance of life. We surrender and we say yes. We say yes. We say yes to life. You know, in saying yes to life, we are also saying yes to our gift. In fact, saying yes to life is saying yes to our gift, because as we say yes to our gift, we are putting ourselves in the position to allow life full access for that life that has birthed us forth into this earth plane, for the purpose of experiencing itself, that life is experiencing itself as ourselves. So it's time to say yes. You know, we live in interesting times. We are in the midst here in the USA of impeachment procedures going on where the president is concerned, and it doesn't matter to me what side of the fence you stand on. Not at this time. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we say yes to why we are being here. It's important for us to be aware of not getting sucked into the drama of the politics of the drama of life. Because as we get sucked into that drama, then we find ourselves, bashing one another. I saw a post where a woman said, each and every one of you should be ashamed, right? And then, of course, we have the other side that, yay, it's happening. Here's the thing, my beautiful brothers and sisters of life, that if we allow ourselves to get sucked into all of that and allow that to help perpetuate the divisiveness that we are feeling and that we are experiencing, and then we are not able to tap into that higher power, that higher presence, that gift that is within us, that is here to be birthed as us. You've heard me say in the past that the first question is not what is mine to do. The question is, who am I to be? As we answer that question, who am I to be, that answer then informs what it is that we are to do. But let's tap into who we are to be in all of this. It is an amazing time that we live in. And in addition to the political atmosphere that's happening in the USA, we are still experiencing people who don't have enough. We are still experiencing kids going without food. We are experiencing people living in the streets here in the winter, here in the greatest and richest country in the world. Well, by some standards. But here we are. So who are we to be in all of this? I was listening to a story about the immigration issue in Mexico, in that stay in Mexico portion where people are asked to get on video in front of a judge who is 100 miles away, 100 miles away, and to talk about why they should be given asylum here in the United States. But even before they get to that process, to have that video appointment with a judge almost 100 miles away, a lot of them have not eaten in days. They don't have a place to sleep. And so, who am I to be in this? Now, truly, I believe that I am a spiritual being here on the spiritual plane called Earth, having a spiritual experience. And all of this, the impeachment, kids not having enough to eat, friends and family dying of illness, police brutality, inequality to all people across the board, right? Even in the midst of that, we get to ask, who am I to be? And what is my gift? What is it that I can bring to the show? What can I bring to the table? What is the gift that I get to bring to help alleviate this? Now, I am very clear that these sort of things have been going on not only here in the United States of America, but around the world for decades, for centuries, for millennia, for thousands of years. People just have this way of not getting along with each other. And it's baffling to me at times, because we all come from the same source. We all come from life. We don't even have to get spiritual about this. Let's just get physiological about it. We are all born from a woman. We all have the same hopes and desires for ourselves and our loved ones. And that desire is that there's more than enough food to eat, that we are loved unconditionally, and that we get to unconditionally love each other, that we get to prosper in everything that we do. We get to have the freedom we want, and we desire to have the freedom to express in the way that we are here to express. See, everybody around the planet truly does want the same thing. We do want the same thing. We want to be happy. We want to be happy. I don't know. I think we would be hard pressed to find someone who does not want to be happy in some way. So as we go into this new year, let's set the intention, each and every one of us in our own specific individualized ways, setting the intention to show up, to give our gifts from a place of boldness, from a place of conviction, from a place of gratitude. See, your gift is what brought you to this planet. It's your gift. It is that desire of the gift to be brought forth. Will your heart and soul say yes? Say yes to your gift. Say yes to being all that you can be. Say yes to being that place of non-judgment. Say yes to being that space where life is just happening in such a beautiful way. Say yes to a new way of being. For years and years, we have been talking about, paradigm shifts. We've been hearing paradigm shifts for a long time. And the reason why we keep hearing it is because life is dynamic. There is always a shift going on. Remember, shift happens. And so as we step into this paradigm shift, going into a brand new decade, let's go into that decade with the intention of being the greatest person that we can possibly be. Having the courage and the commitment to love like we've never loved before. Ooh, how about this? Setting the commitment to be loved like we've never been loved before, which means that we are to open up our hearts to allow that love to come within us, to flow within us, and then grow us. Because once we really embody that type of love, then we get to be kind to one another. We get to not judge that person who may push our buttons. In fact, what we get to do, instead of Instead of allowing that button to take us down that judgment path, who do they think they are? And I am hurt and I am upset. Instead of that, we get to uninstall the button, and then we get to thank that person for pushing that button, because remember, they may have pushed the button, but they did not install it. So we get to give thanks to them for pushing it so that it was brought to light, so that we can uninstall it by forgiving whatever needs to be forgiven, to release whatever needs to be released. And then we get to love them. We get to thank them for all of that. Will your heart and soul say yes? So as we go into this new year, my brothers and sisters, let's go into this new year from a place of knowing that we are here to shine our lights like we've never shined them before. The world needs you. The world needs us. We all are here and in this together. So let's come together. Let's come together. Let's let go of the separation. Let's let go of this party's better than that party. This race is better than that race. This is better than that. Forget all of that, because we are all in this together. Will your heart and soul say yes? Say yes. Say yes to a greater way of being. Say yes to a bigger way of loving. Say yes to a bigger way of receiving. And say yes to a greater way of giving. Say yes. Say yes. Love and blessings.